Hey guys, it's Scott from ScottMillerGuitar.com. I hope you guys are doing well today. Hey guys, we're going to start doing a ton of videos on gear in addition to the songs and the scales and the modes and stuff we're doing. And today I want to do a video on my favorite cable of all time, Mogami Cable. And I'm going to put a link below so you can click on the link and check out their website. I'll tell you a story. So at the time of this recording, 2014, I've been playing over 25 years. I think it was back in 2005 when I was making a lot of changes to my gear. I was getting Tom Anderson electrics and Taylor acoustics. I've been using Mesa Boogie for years, but I got a couple of Mark IVs, which I still have to this day. Started using a lot of Robert Keeley effects. Later on I found diamond effects and exotic effects pedals, full tone, great stuff, Elixir strings. I mean, the list goes on. Shub capos, Fender extra heavy picks. And those changes I made back in 2005, I'm still using now, and I can't foresee them changing. The only thing that really changes in my rig, by the way, is guitar pedals. That's kind of like a passion for me. There's always going to be new pedals. I'm always going to have a closet with like 30, 40, 50 effects, and I just kind of assemble the pedal boards based on the session or the gig I'm doing. But I was trying out a lot of cables, and there were like 4 different brands I was trying. Well, let's just say, to be brief, Mogami won out. And now I'll show you a cable. The cable I found years ago, Scott Henderson, the great jazz fusion guitar player, he was recommending Mogami 2524, and this is the cable I got. I didn't realize years ago that was what they called their gold cable. So if you go to an online site, look for Mogami Gold, that is 2524 cable. So what I did, I used it for all my instrument cables, out of my guitar into the pedal board, out of the pedal board into the amp, into the effects loop, etc. And then I had a fellow I found in New York who took Mogami 2524 and put 90-degree plugs on them. And that was great. The only problem was, for the pedal board cables, the patch cables, they were unsoldered. So after a year or two of using them and moving pedals around and stuff, I would actually be on gigs and get some hum from my pedal board, which is never cool, right? So I thought I have to get away from unsoldered. Well, found out all these years later that Mogami is now, and maybe they've done it for several years, I just didn't know it back in '05, but they're making really cool patch cables. So first things first, the instrument cable I used to use was 2524, and to me that was the greatest cable I'd ever used. Most musical, most transparent, just brilliant sounding, until they came out with the Platinum cable. Let me show you this. I'm going to unplug this. This is the Mogami Platinum, and you can see, man, let me grab this cable again for you. You can see the difference in thickness. Here's the 2524, the gold. Dude, check out, I say dude, guys, check out the Platinum. It's massive, but it's still, you can still coil it, and it's still cool. What I love about this, I just find for myself, the Platinum has somehow surpassed the beauty of the 2524, which I didn't think was possible. Another thing, you see this? This is the Neutrik silent plug. Check this out. Normally you have pops and stuff when you plug in your guitar. You hear that? If I unplug it, no pops, no squeals, that's cool. So Mogami Platinum instrument cable with the Neutrik silent on one end. There's really no need for it on the other end because it's the idea is that you're unplugging your guitar. Have you ever been at a gig and you have to motion to the sound guy, hey, I'm unplugging my guitar, so you can pull down the slider on the mixer? You don't need to. Totally silent, so that's cool. So in my rig on stage, I'll use 2 Mesa Boogies and a ton of pedals. I might have 5 instrument cable, and they're absolutely all Mogami Platinum. So I recommend that for instrument cable. I have some good friends at Mogami, Phil Tennyson and Adam Cameron. We worked together over the years, and there's a shout out to my 2 friends there. See you at NAMM show next year, guys. We were working together on different types of patch cables. I found that the Mogami Platinum patch cables were a bit too thick for me, and I know they work for many guys, but I have so many pedals in my rig, and I just needed something that was a bit more pliable. And so after using the Platinum on the pedal board, I found it wasn't working for me. And so then we were kind of trying to create different patch cables. I went through, they would send me samples and I'd try them, and I'd email them what I liked about it, what I didn't like. We tried a ton of stuff, and then Adam and I started chatting. He said, we do make the 2524 or the gold patch cables. So my intention at the first was to have Platinum throughout the rig, but because of the thickness of the Platinum patch, I decided to go with the gold. Now check this out, guys. This is the 2524 cable for patch with amphenol ends on the end. If you put a normal 1/4 inch, it would make the pedals too far apart. So you definitely want a 90-degree plug, and these amphenol plugs are really awesome. And so just to let you know, I'm going to look over here at the stand here. Go to mogamicable.com and you can check out Mogami Platinum instrument cable. If you want the patch cables, they formerly made 2 lengths. They have the gold instrument RR, kind of like a railroad, if you will, just RR. The 10-inch, okay? And then they also have the gold instrument RR, which is the 18-inch. Is that what it says? Yeah, I'm squinting, I don't have my glasses on. 18-inch. Well, working with these good guys at the company, I said I want something shorter. So they made for me, I think it's okay to share this with the public, 6-inch cables. And I believe they're going to start making those available to the masses. So I can order the 6-inch, the 10-inch, or the 18, and perhaps you can also contact them and order the 6-inch as well. I just found that 18 was great on certain pedals to certain pedals on my board, you know, based on the order, the chain, the signal chain. But 10 was really great. But I find that, you know, I think, you know, often the least amount of cable you can use, the better. Even with a brilliant cable like this, you know, going from a 10-inch to 6-inch is huge. That's kind of that's not the right word to use. It's not huge. I mean, it's huge in the fact that you can use less cable and thereby improving your tone. So again, all of my cable is Mogami, whether it's the Platinum instrument or the 2524 Gold patch, 6-inch, 10-inch, 18, absolutely the best cable on the market. What a difference a cable makes, truly, guys. And like when I talk to friends, man, everything we use, right, guitars, strings, picks, amps, pedals, cables, it all absolutely matters. And all those parts equal ultimately the great tone that you're trying to achieve. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you enjoyed the musical example at the top. Again, Mesa Boogie, you're hearing the Mogami cable and a ton of diamond pedals today. In addition to this Tom Anderson, but the cable of choice is absolutely Mogami. So go check them out at mogami.com. I'll put a link below, and we'll see you in the next video.